Let's jump right into Don Jr. since we're on a Trump. Well, I mean, good Lord. So Don Jr. is apparently, I don't know what they were. Is he one of the bungalows at Mar-a-Lago, or is he at the old boathouse on Epstein Island? I'm not sure. All I do know is that he's in the makeshift office that they made out of the dining room that opens out through the screen door out onto the back patio where the driveway is. So that's where they put the trash cans. And right over here, they've got a lovely decanter for their printer toner cartridges. I mean, that's the kind of rich you and I will never know. I mean, la de fucking da, folks. That is. I mean, can you imagine being that rich that you have like a little like cookie tray just for your laser printer, toner? That's, I mean, mwah. And that it's so close to the garbage can right outside the screen door. You know what I mean? Like I work for a living, so I mean, I could only imagine what this kind of wealth brings somebody. And the designs behind him, this kind of like weird castle candelabra corner piece. I mean, you don't have the kind of money that you could go into World Market and I think he dyed his hair. Yes, he has dyed his hair back. He was wearing a hat a lot. He is leaving his chin white, which I think shows taste in breeding.
Fellow patriots,
Fellow patriots. We've gone now from guys. By guys, I mean fellow patriots.
Quick message for Memorial Day. Obviously, there was a lot of sort of craziness with the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden sort of tone deaf, ridiculous.
You mean the enjoy the long weekend and then them coming out on Memorial Day and having an entire message about the importance of Memorial Day? Okay.
Tweets, enjoy your long weekend because that's all.
Right. Your dad tweeted, Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Happy, not have a great Memorial Day. Not we honor the fallen on this Memorial Day. Have a great weekend with your family. No. She wrote, enjoy the long weekend on Friday. Right? That's when that one came out. And then a full message on Memorial Day itself. Your dad wrote on Memorial Day, Happy Memorial Day. I mean, what's not to be happy about, especially if you've lost someone in a war and you're going to go visit their grave. Happy.
That's all it's about. Stay cool while I'm eating ice cream because that's what the press is going to question me about.
What?
I was thinking back to, this time last year and...
Yeah, when your dad said, Happy Memorial, yes?
Looking at the events that my father attended.
The events?
And I was just thinking how much more serious he took that. And I think that tells...
Oh, did he? He did. Let's see if I can find the video of it. How much more serious? Let's see. Here we go. This is from Happy Memorial Day for those who died for our great country. Those who died for our great country would be very happy and proud at how well our country is doing today. Best economy in decades. lowest unemployment numbers for black and Hispanics ever, and women in 18 years, rebuilding our military, and so much more. Nice. I like it. Nice. Monday's missive may actually be the improvement for the president. Like, I would like to wish everyone, including all the haters and losers, of which sadly there are many, a truly happy and enjoyable Memorial Day. Beyond the usual egotism, Trump's tweet assumes that soldiers willing to die for the country were concerned about and cherished ideas like self-governance and democracy far more than pedestrian concerns. World War II soldier rising from the grave and setting foot on America the first time. How's the NASDAQ doing? Jason Gilbert, right? Happy Memorial Day. And then another one. Happy. A truly happy in Memorial Day. Just truly happy, guys. We're so happy. It's so happy. It's just a happy time.
It tells us so much of what we need to know between the Democrat and the Republican Party.
Yeah, it totally does. I would like to wish everyone, including all haters and losers, of which sadly there are many, a truly happy and enjoyable Memorial Day.
My father took that so seriously.
He did, didn't he?
Understanding the sacrifices.
Yeah, that's what honestly.
Made.
Yeah, that's what they sacrificed themselves for was, the current jobs numbers.
By those.
Oh, check YouTube? Someone is saying check YouTube? What is happening? Did they shut it? Is my channel gone entirely? Oh, hey, look at that. That's weird. They fixed it. Yeah, right. Look at that. Please, son of a bitch, you bastard. Hold on one second. I'm going to try and fire it up since, while I'm open up a new window, go to Restream to the dashboard and turn it off and reload the page and see if it's a do-do-do-do. Hey, 1,000, 2, 1,003, 1,004. Look, do. 1 and 2. Here we go. I feel like I should start my theme song again. Hold on, while it's trying. Does it start up? It says offline. Come on, you. Come on, do it. Do it. Reload the page. See if it's happening. Oh, sending data. YouTube. Hold on one second, guys. We'll do. Let's see. Where is it? It's over here. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it in there. That's all right. It's sad. I feel like I should. Here you go. Just for old time's sake. Here we go. Just real quick. I'm just kidding. I'm back. Yay! Look at that. I want to say now that we're live on YouTube after literally 24 hours of flailing and wailing and gnashing of teeth, that I want to thank specifically all the people who watch on YouTube and the people who don't, who saw on Twitter what was going on and came to my defense and pushed back against this. And is it actually online? Let's see. I'm going to go to it, make sure I'm up before I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched. Hey, look at that. What do you know? That's incredible. What are the odds? Wild. It's wild. So, let's see if I can monetize it. They've turned off monetizing. That's hilarious. Oh, there we go. Insert ad. How do you like that, YouTube? The other thing is, not only on top of that do I want to thank the people who fought to help me get back on and deal with this. Now I'm going to pop out the chat. Pop out the chat, mother truckers! But also all the trolls who are responsible for this and who are more than likely the ones who are intentionally doing medical misinformation strikes against me because I support the CDC guidelines, the WHO guidelines, the local ordinances, and the ability for companies to not only ask you to wear a mask still when you're indoors in their business without any pushback from some, right-wing government official, but also in many ways for companies to decide to only hire people who've been vaccinated or only allow people who've been vaccinated in their businesses. Because you have to understand, the Rand Pauls of the world are actually making the case that there is a multiple occasions I've heard Rand Paul talk about the fact that though he doesn't think they'll be in business for very long, that's his wink and a nod, Rand Paul believes that any business should be able to discriminate based on race, religion, ethnic, or place of country of origin, any of that stuff, because they should have the right to do that because the business is their own sovereign territory in that regard. Now, that doesn't apparently apply to hiring people who haven't been vaccinated or taking or masked, but like Hobby Lobby should have all these rules about what it can provide for a man's body versus a woman's body as a secular employee of this company that does not ask religious questions of its employees and hires people who are not in its religion to work there because they're cheaper, I suppose, or more reliable. That's weird, but Rand Paul believes that you should be able to kick people out because they're black or Japanese or Chinese or Jewish or white for that matter. Let's just say if you run a the racist soul food restaurant in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you, Sweet Indigo. And that's your business model, the entirety of your business model. Rand Paul's got your back. He believes that. He also believes that places like Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster should not have to let Jews be members if they don't want to. He believes that. That's what Rand Paul believes. But if they don't want to hire people who haven't been vaccinated, they need to be put out of business by whom? The government. So, libertarians. That's adorable. So let's see. Did I skip past this other guy? Yeah. So we're up on there again. Look at that. Fixed and fixed. So on top of that, by the way, I would like to thank all of the trolls that got us kicked off in the first place for your flailing waste of time that I was able to undo. Other channels maybe weren't able to, but me and the people who watched this show, we were all able to fix this in 24 hours. So thank you, Sparks Force. Good Lord. That's amazing. Hi, Janine. So welcome anybody who's watching on YouTube right now, and thanks for joining us. And sorry that we're late, but I was in YouTube jail for apparently being too pro-vaccine for some of the viewers. As Glenn Kushner would say, justice is back. No kidding. Yes, so thank you guys. That's crazy. There we go. So, Carl, thank you so much. Bless you. And Hype Train, thanks. Don't forget, guys, though, if you can, and you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, subscribe on Twitch just to keep us afloat there. That really helps. And if you can't, then there are people around who will gift subscriptions and that kind of stuff, and I thank them for that. That's very cool. Bits and all that flying. Thank you, the artist formerly known as Greg. Thank you. Yes, I was too pro-vaccine, apparently. And I actively attacked the anti-vaxxers. So they sent an army of people to give me community guideline strikes, which, YouTube, if you are listening, I am in no way guilty of. Not this one, not next episode, not the one after that. Turn up your sarcasm meter, understand if-then arguments, because I think that's more than likely what got me in trouble with the algorithm when they checked it in the first place, was that they hear me speaking, but there's no like sarcasm tone, irony tone. They couldn't possibly. I don't know how they would even float that. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Holy smokes. Now back to the awful.
Incredible fallen soldiers.
The incredible Foggin soldiers?
Soldiers.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Incredible fallen soldiers.
Oh, that was a fallen. You're just choking on your own tongue.
Since the founding of our country. All of those men and women who served our country to preserve our freedoms, to fight for the Constitution, to fight for the Republic that so many of us love and hold dear. And
yeah, all of us.
I just wanted to make sure that we all remember that on this weekend. When our
on this weekend?
Leadership now is just, hey guys, enjoy the holiday weekend.
Really? Is that what our leadership's like now?
You know, that's great. Everyone wants to do that. But I think we have to also acknowledge and recognize the sacrifices that so many have made, the ultimate sacrifice, so that we can live in our country.
Yes, stop patting yourself on the back. And by the way, let's just say you want to make a nice Memorial Day video about stuff and about how no one else takes it seriously, but you do. And you know that your dad's followers are 100% QAnon. They're all in on his crazy conspiracy theories. And instead of being in front, out in your yard in front of the American flag you have hanging in front of your house or something like that, or even in the backyard because you don't want to show your address, that makes sense. I have nothing against that. Where do you do your Memorial Day video from? The one that really shows us that you've been thinking about this and you're thinking they don't take this shit seriously enough. Where do you do it? Well, you do it at the dining room table in the guest room, in the guest house part of the property, by the trash can next to the HP toner holder. Because you want to make you want to make this point about how seriously you take it. The what?
With our freedoms and all of the things that we've been blessed with. I know for me, it's why I actually
fly to other countries and stake down exotic animals, of which there are very few on the planet. No, that's not it. What else? Set up deals in China and Russia with your brother and pretend they don't exist. No, that's not it. Help your sister avoid trade tariffs on stuff she has made in China. No, that's not it. What is it?
Have stayed involved, in the political game. It's why I could.
Oh, that's right. Guys, that's why he does it for the fallen. That's why he stays involved in the political game. And by staying involved, he means making contrived little shitty videos on Rumble for pay.
I continue to comment, For those of you who don't know, it's
that's why you continue to comment. Yeah, just he's on the front lines of the flame wars. He's got the scars to prove it.
Not exactly popular to be a conservative pro-Second Amendment guy as a real estate developer from New York City.
By the way, I don't. First of all, I'm going to need a citation on all three of those things. I don't believe you're conservative by any stretch of the imagination. I think you glom on to the illusion of conservatism because you think it makes you look macho somehow, and that you believe that like being liberal has been so associated with socialism or something that it seems like communism and it would be just a drag. But not that you give a shit about true conservative things. Also, you're not a Second Amendment supporter, or you care about the part that says well-regulated militia. You're one of those assholes that conveniently forgets the value of a well-regulated militia, and the well-regulated phrase that you guys, keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. A well-regulated militia will not be, it'll obviously have some regulations, a lot of them, quite frankly, more so than you'd think. And Guy, I think I wouldn't question that he's male, but I wouldn't go with Guy.
Originally, but that's why I'm moving out of the People's Republic of New York and moved to Florida.
Is that why? Or is it because you literally, like your dad, have zero friends, and at your age you can literally uproot and leave everything behind because you will miss no one and no one will miss you? I want you guys to think about that for a second. Think about how many times you've thought about like packing up and moving to another city. Especially if it's a city you've grown up in your entire life. Like I've been spending a lot of time in Vegas. Summer and I are very happy here, and it's great. But I miss LA all the time. And while I'm in LA, I miss Chicago like crazy. And I have people spread all over this fucking country that I love and that I get along with, and we have a wonderful time. We get to see each other. So the idea of like uprooting again gets harder and harder every time I do it. These fuckers could pack every memory they have that they care about in a fucking briefcase and be gone in an hour. The Trumps, think about this. The Trumps have zero fucking friends. I do miss LA. I love LA. I'm not kidding. And I will be back there a lot. That's not the thing. Seriously. Think about this, though. You're like, that's why we're moving. You're moving to Florida to live next to your dad because you have nothing on your own. You're a third-generation slumlord who gloms a living off your father's branding business on a brand that is dying. That's why you moved to Florida. You didn't move because New York, the city that you like. Like, these assholes don't give a shit. I do love Toronto. Very much. This is... What friends? What friends does this asshole have? Really? I don't mean like acquaintances. I don't mean people who want to suck up to his dad, who put up with his bullshit because they want to be around other rich people. I mean legit. 3 a.m. phone call friends. I have dozens of them. And I am that friend for dozens of people. And I wish I could hug all of them every day, and they're spread out all over the country. This fucker could go, New York. After his whole life in New York. What? I mean, really.
And I'll stay in the game because all of those things are worth fighting for. The things that so many of those great...
That's why they're worth fighting for, because it's a game. Jesus. If it was more than a game, I wouldn't. Thank you. I do indeed love Canada. There's a lot of wonderful memories there. Yeah. I mean, I just too many to list. And I have to say, Canada... you'll notice there was this whole like name of, a great song by a great band that's underappreciated. And I just I listed like 8 Canadian bands. Oh, thank you. Due to YouTube. Oh, thanks, Luis. Thank you so much. Bless you. That it was all Canadian artists because they don't get their due. And I have to say that being friends with Danko Jones, who, I loved his music. I discovered it when I was there doing Queer as Folk. I went into a Canadian record store and CD store and just bought a bunch of local music so I could go see live music while I was there. Because I get along with the cast, but we didn't party in the same venues. I go to rock shows, they go to dance clubs or, smoke weed while listening to, Tom Waits albums. Like, it's a different crowd. And I grew up with Rush and Triumph and Bryan Adams, and I genuinely, and come at me, bro, like Nickelback, and I love Theory of a Dead Man and like Default. There was a bunch of guys up there that were just terrific, and really fell in love with Danko Jones. And Todd Kearns had a band called Static and Stereo, and I just loved that band. And then a fan, this girl Sarah, who knew all about, she's Canadian, knew all about that stuff, went and like found all these, like, oh, if you like him, you should hear his old stuff, and hooked me up with like Todd Kearns' back catalog, like showed me what was there, and I was like, this is just awesome. And now I'm friends with Danko and with Todd years later, and it's just so nice. It's just great. Big Wreck is fucking amazing. Yes. Oh my God. And the Thornley record, forget about it. So like I went off on the Canadian, like, so, and I was only there for 6 fucking years. That city still breaks my heart, and I loved it. right? So the fact that this asshole at his age can go, fuck it. Right? Right?
Great men and women laid down their lives for. They are,
Facebook's not allowing the moderator page to work? It's always something.
Are worth fighting for. What they laid their lives down for should not go passing into the night.
Jesus Christ. Dude, you're too old to try poetry at this point in your life.
We all need to stay engaged. We all need to make sure we get that.
Yeah, guys, stay in the game. It's worth fighting for. Yeah, I'm looking into the mod page. There's been some big changes there on Facebook's live dashboard. It's very weird. And I don't quite know why. Oh, wait, hold on. See if... There it is, home. There you are. Okay, now it's there. Yeah, I do not know why that is. I will look into it after there. Sorry.
That message out there. For those of us who...
Get that message out there. You know, like, dickless this whole message is. He's just trying to dunk on Kamala Harris for saying have a great weekend or whatever. Enjoy the long weekend. Never mind the fact that the actual work they did, her giving the commencement at the Naval Academy, all that kind of stuff. They don't care about people who gave their lives. Guys, only I do. That's why I fly over to Africa and go to game farms where they allow me to shoot leopards while they're staked to a tree.
Share sort of my...
Well, it's kind of like I really... You know, I have some combat experience. I once went to Alaska to shoot a bear, and it wasn't even, like, the cage it was in was barely surrounded by cement.
My conservative political beliefs, we have to work...
What conservative political beliefs?
Even a little bit harder. Obviously...
Boo-hoo!
We've seen, the system...
Has Cam cut his hair yet? No. Cam's hair is not quite as long as mine, but close.
Cancel culture, the mainstream media, pop...
Yeah, guys, I mean, sure, the Battle of the Bulge was rough, but this guy has had to deal with cancel culture, guys. His dad was kicked off of Twitter. How is that any different from the guys who liberated Auschwitz?
Pop culture, Hollywood, they'll do what they can to cancel us, to shut us down, to limit our reach, to limit our platforms.
And that's why you're stuck on Rumble in the middle of the afternoon. What? Is that a USB cable right there? So the printer in question isn't even fucking plugged in? It's not even hooked up to your laptop? Would you move it? Did you move it from... You had it sitting up there in front of the mirror so you could check your hair before you sat down?
But we have to keep going. We
shave your neck.
have to overcome to, again, preserve those freedoms.
The freedom to tweet, fire in a crowded theater.
We are about freedom. We're about choice. We're about the things that...
Unless you mean pro-choice, like a woman's choice, then we're not. No, fuck that. And of course we're for freedom, but unless you're, gay or you want to get married or if you want to vote, in any place. You're free to not, I guess, because you can't.
Americans hold so dear. And
put
yet,
the US cable in the printer back there to make him look busy. This is his equivalent of that pile of shit paperwork that's behind him.
You look at the other side.
It's a USB-V card. Oh my God, he's been hacking into Dominion machines.
Especially over the last year, it feels like they're pushing an authoritarian regime.
Yeah, an authoritarian. Yeah, that's it's. If those of you don't know, it's based on Dudley Moore's character in that movie.
Upon us, they'd be okay with that. Give up your freedoms, give up your lives. You will listen to God, Dr. Fauci. Give me a
God, Dr. Fauci.
break.
Yeah, right. Why would you listen to a doctor?
This nonsense is happening, though, guys, and it's getting harder and harder. So stay in
Yeah, it's so hard. Guys, so stay involved. Don't forget to rumble me.
the game. Stay involved. Make sure you're sharing our message. Make sure you're...
What's our... Oh, you mean your videos? Oh, so this isn't really about Memorial Day and fallen soldiers. This is just you... Oh, then it makes more sense, the environment that you're filming in. Dude, thank you. It makes it... Sorry, now, you know what? I was judgmental. I thought you were actually doing a genuine, like, Memorial Day message that actually was something you gave a shit about. And so I couldn't figure out you just kind of slapping this shit together between a toner cartridge and the garbage can in a half-empty guest house room at your dad's resort. And now I get it. This is an ad for your Rumble. I'll get it. Now I know.
Sure you're helping guys like myself get our message out there.
Guys like myself? There are no guys like yourself. There are no dudes who their brother-in-law owns, was part owner in a $1.2 billion building in downtown New York, who are now sitting in their dad's guest house doing videos pretending to give a shit about fallen soldiers. That's who during that message couldn't even be bothered to move to a nicer environment that is more conducive to the actual message itself, and doesn't show a fucking garbage can in the back. And shave your neck the next time you're gonna do it. Like, do it by Armistice Day.
I think that's fundamental in all of this, to make sure that our kids grow up in a country that we recognize with the freedom.
Oh, you mean gilded furniture and stuff and trophy wives and hundreds of millions of dollars of debt and under the table deals with Russia and China, that kind of stuff? That kind of? Okay, yeah, it would be a shame if your kids didn't recognize that.
Freedoms that we hold so near and dear, with all of the things that, in my opinion, are at risk right now, that those incredible men and women laid their lives down for. So
don't forget to say that again. Near the garbage can, in front of the half-empty shelf, in the corner of your dad's golf chalet, near the toner cartridge, in the spare dining room.
Let's acknowledge what this weekend is about. Let's acknowledge what those people gave up their...
The weekend isn't about it. It's a long weekend because Memorial Day falls on a Monday. The day is about that, not all weekend. I mean, people go to, they take trips to go visit the graves of their relatives and in some cases their ancestors, depending on how far they go back on this weekend. But it's Memorial Day, dumbass.
Their lives for. And let's acknowledge that it is worth continuing that fight and staying in it. So please, keep at it. Let's make sure we win this.
Is there a plane going on overhead? There is.
One, because America...
He's a cabana boy.
America is worth fighting for. Our freedoms are worth fighting for.
Anita, my cat is looking at me like I lost my mind because I'm yelling at my phone. Yeah,
our children's...
Murphy, I'm sure, wonders what's going on in here.
Futures are worth fighting for. And there's not that many people in the fight these days, folks.
No, there really isn't. It's basically just you and Kimberly's she's really phoning it in. I haven't even seen any of her rumbles. What the fuck, dude? Really? And Eric, is he even trying? I mean, your dad's even, he called into Dick Morris's show, but he's done one on-camera interview in the last 2 months. So you're it, man. It must be that burden you're carrying on your shoulders. It's terrible.
They've just been bullied.
Oh, congrats on the new baby, grandbaby.
Pushed aside, canceled. If enough of us get together and keep fighting and keep spreading that message, they can't cancel us. So please make sure you take some time to
share your rumbles, you fucking asshole. It's bad enough that he thought he was dunking on the vice president by saying this. This is it? Yes, Susan, I saw that, but I can't access it right now due to something weird on let's see. They've moved on Facebook. Let's see, hold on. Moderator dashboard is doing... Okay. They updated all of those new moderations we found right in live player. Yeah, the live player page is being weird. So I apologize for that, guys. I'll look into that. I am aware on Facebook, but yeah.
What this weekend is all about. Make sure you take some time to explain it to your children.
Guys, I know you're only 7 and 8, and I don't know, you're her kid, so I don't really know how old you are. But people fought in this country and they died so that your granddad could deny black people the ability to rent in his buildings. Now, stop crying, stop crying. It's also why I'm able to fly, guys, settle, fly to Africa twice a year to shoot an animal just because there's less than 1,000 of them on the whole planet. That's what Memorial Day is all about. That's right. Yeah. And so that I can have sex with Gavin Newsom's cast-offs. I'm just saying. Sloppy seconds of the governor of California is something I've done 3 times in my life. The first 2, I'm not proud of it.
So that they know and recognize it. There's not a lot of people, it seems, these days at the upper echelons of government or otherwise who actually like America. That's my opinion. And there's
I don't like America. I love America. And I'll stand up my actual feelings, the warts and all love that I have for this country, up against his bullshit flag-waving fakery any day.
And there's plenty of those who would cancel and try to suppress anyone who is for it. So let's get together and make.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he is right there. There's lots of these fake patriots on YouTube that attempted to troll me out of existence by giving me a community strike. Hi, YouTube. By the way, have you figured out that I don't support the suggestion that this asshole just made, that Dr. Fauci is viewed as a god by people instead of just a medical professional that's helping to save lives? See where I differ? Do you get that? Do you understand that? Robot listening to the sound of my voice right now. Do you understand?
And make sure that they don't get away with it. Have a great weekend and make sure we're all thinking about exactly what it stands for. Thanks.
Well said, man. Thanks for getting your thoughts together, waiting till the plane flew overhead, and not having a trash can in the background while you pitch your rumble on the back of Memorial Day. Fuck you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, I have a good one. Better than yours. Sorry. Gross. Honest to God. Just gross.